Hey guys, it's Jimmy. A few videos ago, I mentioned Harry Benjamin and promised the Harry Benjamin rant, which this is sort of that. After Peter came out, I read a few books, learned about Harry Benjamin and the protocol before dispensing tea or let alone surgery, and I started struggling with this paradox that trans person has to prove you're sane so that you can prove you're sick. You have to prove you're sick so that doctors will treat you. Then you have to prove you're well so society will accept you. Then you have to prove you're sick again so that insurance companies might pay for continuing T, let alone top surgery. And you have to prove you're different so folks will stop using the wrong pronouns, and you have to prove you're normal so folks will use the right pronouns. What a mess. Gays, lesbians, bis don't have to prove anything. Well, they have to prove to themselves. They have to come out to themselves that they were born that way. And they have to come out to the world. And there are, don't get me wrong, GLBT is not an easy thing, but gosh, the medical trials that trans people go through are just a pain. And medical people mean well, I think most of them do, but they have to cover their asses. They have to pay insurance companies who pay lawyers who do all of that lawyer shit. Am I glad as a parent that the Harry Benjamin protocol required him to think for a year before actually starting anything that was not reversible? Maybe. I'm relieved as the parent of an FTM that waiting is not as hard as it is for MTFs. I think the effects of T on all you guys out there are profound. And the ones of you that started in high school and the ones of you that started in your 30s, T makes you look like a man. So you're lucky that you can wait, I think. I mean, I'm not in the middle of your heads, but I observe that it's harder for the MTFs. T makes changes, and the guys who finally realize that they are women trapped in men's bodies face a much more difficult challenge to pass. We're living in a time when trans folk can experiment with physical gender. We have the technology. You can get hormones, you can get surgery, and you can express a gender that you feel inside. But gosh, the medical, being beholden to the medical community, being addicted to hormones, having to prove something to fucking insurance companies, I hope that we can, as humanity, get past that. I will not deny Peter any aspect of his transition, but I'm hoping that we're living in a time of experiment with drugs and surgery. The one direction this could go, we as a society could start to say, you know what, all children should just be on hormone blockers until they realize who and what they are, and then they'll have the choice to take the hormones that make them who they are. But I wonder if we, as people, after this phase, when we'll be able to say, you know what, you look like a man, you've got facial hair, you've got a deep voice, but I can see the inner woman in you, and I recognize that you are a woman, and you look like a man, but gosh, can we get to such an enlightened society that Peter could have been able to express himself, able to express a male gender even in a woman's body. It sounds kind of far-fetched. I know this is not a direction that most of the trans people maybe want to hear me go, but it's just that the medicine is such a pain in the ass, and I can hope that a century from now what we will have learned is the spirit that you're born with, male or female, is right and good. The body that you're born with, male or female, is right and good. Maybe I'm full of shit, but I don't know. I wonder about these things. I'm not trying to be difficult. It just comes naturally. Maybe this should be the theme of. I wore this shirt once before, but you couldn't see it was below. That's the new theme of my posts here.